Yes, yes, yes. I knew what that sound means. Time in the Paddock F1. Greeny and the Cheese. Round 14. The race for the break brings us to the banks of the Danube River. Oh, yeah, baby. We are back in Budapest for the 40th time at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And while you're there in Budapest, maybe you want to check out the magnificent Parliament building. Shit looks pretty goddamn badass. Take a little cruise down the Danube with some drinks. Get a little sauce on the river. Check out the sights. And of course, you got to take a soak in those thermal baths with some nice views of the city. We are 12 miles northeast of downtown at the Hungarian. 2.72 miles, 2 DRS zones, 14 corners, and after turn 5, they come at you thick and fast. They call it the Monaco without walls. You give it the full beans for 58% of your lap. McLaren at the shock pole, which shocked everybody in Formula One, and held on for the lead for quite a while to that third stint, where it just all went to absolute hell. But Lando on the one stop holds on to take McLaren's 200th win. Oscar takes second. Russell rounds out the podium. We are caffeinated. We are medicated. Greeny, good morning, sir.
Good morning. We are coming to you right after the race here. What a race it was, man. The fact that I saw Axl Rose in the sunlight, that's all you got to say about today. Because I've never seen that man in the sunlight before, and I've been following that man for a very long time. In the Paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese, thank you all for joining us. We are moments after post-race here, as McLaren does become only the second team ever to have 200 wins. They take once again further their massive constructors lead for the season as we head into the summer break. Oscar Piastri now 16 points ahead of Lando Norris. Lando needed that. That's for sure. Max Verstappen and Red Bull as a whole are just in outer space as Liam Lawson finishes ahead of Max Verstappen. We got that and a whole bunch more. But congratulations to Lando Norris, I believe his 9th career victory. And McLaren for finishing 1-2 yet again. Back-to-back years in the Hungarian that we are finishing McLaren 1-2. So good for them. I believe it was Piastri, Lando last year. Now it's Lando, Piastri this year. But what were your gleanings, sir, from a promising Ferrari Saturday to no podium at all? And we have I'm sure a ton of Ferrari news to get to, as Lewis Hamilton's interesting post-quali interview yesterday definitely shows some signs of concern. I don't think just for his racing ability, but also for Lewis's mental health, which has been an issue in the past for him. A lot going on with Ferrari. So, yes, we've congratulated McLaren. Let's wax poetic about McLaren first, and then I think we should go right into Ferrari and what happened there this weekend. Go for it, sir.
Ferrari, I don't know. I really don't know what the issue was. I don't know if there's a power plant issue or something, because Leclerc was saying stuff on the radio that just you needed more clarification on. So
he was spitting fire.
He was spitting fire. But
Bottom line, he was spitting fire.
He was spitting fire.
Man was pissed as hell.
He said exactly what was going to happen. He said exactly what was going to happen. So, I mean, he knew what was going to go on. So, we're going to need a little bit more information on that. But he predicted it was going to fall off the cliff, and it absolutely fell off the cliff. So,
yeah, he did call it. He said they're not making podium.
No, he said, yeah, he said it. So, I mean, driver knows when he's in that seat. The driver will know. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what the really thing. The only thing I could think of is that there's some kind of power plant maybe issue or some kind. I don't know. I mean, they were the fastest on the straights or in a straight line all weekend. But I think it was like 8 miles an hour or something like that. So I have no idea. I don't know what the issue is or what's going on, but that's a mess, 'cause especially after the shock pole. You thought you might be able to get something out of it, but the one stop paid off for Lando. I mean, at that point, when they brought Lando in and they pretty much decided to go with the one stop, I mean, that's the only choice he really had at that point. With all the other drivers had stopped him earlier than he did, so he couldn't undercut or anybody, so it would have put him, I think, even further back. So one stop paid off. Definitely the cooler conditions definitely helped with that, for sure. It's usually pretty darn hot this time of year at the Hungarian, so cooler temperatures and the clouds definitely paid off for the one stop.
And that wind as well. That wind was going in the right direction there, and really had some good wind behind the sails, as you might say, helping the cars out. But no, I apologize. Go ahead, sir.
No, and then it just actually gives us more excitement heading into the second half, with Lando then taking the win and closing the gap with Oscar down to under 10 points. So gives you a second half battle between teammates, kind of like it's not the same, but like a Senna Prost back in the day with McLaren, where they would battle it out for the world title, kind of thing. So at least it gives us a fight.
That's all we want.
To the end of the
That's
year.
all we want.
That's all we
is
want.
Fight after the summer break. You don't want to be going to the summer break. There's so many Max Verstappen years where Checo just couldn't keep up with him, and it was just done. You don't want that. You want some kind of battle here. Obviously, you want to battle like a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton battle as we had a few years back, where it's two different teams. But I'll take whatever battle we can get, where I want to go into the last 2 to 3 races having no idea who is going to be the champion, and it's going to play out on the track in the fall and not in the spring, as anyone who's a fan of any sport would hope for. You don't want to see it done halfway through the season. We've had too many seasons like that, and we're not having one right now, unless either Lando or Oscar just busts out the gate and wins like 4 in a row. And if you have the other one having a DNF anywhere down the road there, then you're pretty much done. But outside of something like that happening, it looks like we're going to have a battle all the way through.
And that's what you gotta hope for at this point. Otherwise, because constructors is pretty much sealed and delivered.
That's done. Second place, though. There's a lot of Ferrari, Mercedes now. They got a battle. Probably shouldn't.
There's a battle for.
Probably shouldn't.
No.
Should have been well out in front, 50, 60 points ahead, but they're not. I'm sure you'd agree to that.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's been a disaster for Ferrari this year. Just the design disaster, just one thing after another, and
I'm trying to get you fired up here. Come on.
I kind of, to be dead honest, I went into this. I thought something like this was going to happen. I was like, when's it going to go bad? When's it going to go bad? Because it hasn't gone bad all week. So something's going to go bad.
Oh, Ferrari can't have a complete weekend.
No,
it's been so long since Ferrari just had a complete, FP1 all the way through to the post-race interview. Can anything go right all the way through for Ferrari to have a complete weekend?
Not this year.
And I think it's been a long time. I think we saw it to start this year a couple years ago. I think Singapore had a couple years ago. We had a good Ferrari weekend, I believe. One of those weekends, but few and far between, man. Few and far between for Ferrari. And once again, they're showing having a incomplete weekend, and McLaren just walks away after showing a lot of signs of struggle.
Fred Vasseur just got a contract extension too, so fantastic. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Not that kind of fantastic.
No, not at all. All right, final thoughts about our top story here, either McLaren or Ferrari, as we head into the next segment, sir.
I think, I think we got one more thing we should mention. That's George Russell with a third. Still doesn't have a contract with Mercedes. I mean, I think that, think Total Wolff's going to have to open that checkbook a little bit further now.
Might have to. The man, what is this, his fourth podium finish of the year?
The cars have been great all year. He just keeps putting in the top 5 and getting on the podium. So
he's looking like the George Russell that we thought he would be when he came up with Williams, when he had that one race, with Merck, when he filled in and almost won the race. That's the George Russell, the tenacity we thought we were going to get, and I think we're getting it now. And I think you put George Russell in a better car, I think you would see a much different season. But that is all hypothetical, sir. But what is not hypothetical is throwing on my helmet, getting my lap around the track. That's right, 3 sectors, 3 questions. It is Quizmaster's Cockpit. I guess the question is, am I ready?
I think these are 3 cupcakes. So.
And the answer is yes. Cupcakes.
I think
which means cupcakes. I'm definitely going to get one wrong, if not more. Whenever you don't think I'm going to get it, I get it. Whenever you give me cupcakes, for some reason, I slip up. But it's all right. Let's do it.
Question number 1, sir. Are you ready?
I am ready.
When was the first Grand Prix at the Hungarian?
1986, I believe.
That is correct, sir.
Bernie Eccleston took him behind the Iron Curtain for the first race behind the Iron Curtain. Ever. I believe, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. Who won that first Grand Prix at the Hungarian?
Ooh, I believe it was Nelson Piquet and the Williams.
That is correct.
Oh, wow.
On both accounts as well.
I thought it was Senna for a moment, but I was pretty sure it was Piquet, and I obviously got it right. There you go.
Question number 3. Where's that suspenseful music?
Oh, hold on.
Give it to me. It's like a million.
Oh, no.
That's not it.
Sometimes we have technical difficulties in the back there. But I got the right music up.
Yeah, sometimes they're medicated back there.
The sweat trickles down my brow as we get ready for the third and final question of, what's kind of been cupcakes there.
Told you.
But
can you complete
let's see. I think for the third or fourth time this season, I'm going for the completion. And by the way, I've gotten at least 2 right every single time this season.
How about that shit? All right, here we go. Question number 3. Who won their first Formula Grand Prix in 2003 at the Hungarian?
That wasn't Ocon. No. In 2003, that was like 2 minutes ago. Why am I trying a complete blank now? Gosh darn it. 2003.
The Hungarian is known to have maiden victories. This was his maiden victory in Formula One. 2003.
This should be a cupcake. Why can't I think of it?
5 seconds.
George Russell.
In 2003?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. I don't know why. That was like 2 years ago.
2003 was 2 years ago. What time machine are you in?
Oh, I thought you said 2023. I apologize. I was taking notes from
2003.
2003. Oh, I'm like, I swear I thought you said 23. The music got too intense.
The
I don't
answer is
know.
Fernando Alonso.
Fernando Alonso.
I don't know what time machine you just took, but
I swear to God, I thought you said 2023, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Verstappen won 23, and now just like, I gotta turn the music off because now I'm gonna vomit. An unforced error, which means that is a straight up. We might as well start with slap after that one, but I think we're gonna go with loser.
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
All right,
that might be the slap of the week right there. We're gonna have a good one. That's it. That's the slap of the week. Slap your goddamn self.
oh,
Wow. Yeah, you gotta. That's the slap of the week right there. That's bad. That's bad.
I swore you said 2023, and
Not like I didn't say it like 4 times either.
I know. I don't know why it didn't register. Well, I can take a couple guesses why it didn't register properly, but we're gonna move on from there.
Somebody was hanging out somewhere.
I guess we don't have to worry about
much.
the slap controversy we had pre-show in the pre-show meeting, where we weren't really sure where it was going to go. There wasn't too many obvious ones, but let's go into losers then. And I'm sure you got plenty because we had plenty of losers and plenty of winners across the board this week.
Franco Colapinto again. I mean, I'm waiting for that shoe to drop and for him to get fired because 19th again, just race after race after race. Now it's just an absolute disaster. So definitely got no confidence. Shows flashes, but then just the race just absolutely falls apart. He's almost weekly here now. Another goddamn pit lane start. Yuki Tsunoda, come on.
It's bad.
18th again. I mean, your teammate did say there's big problems with the car, but still, this is just disastrous. And it's not like it's different tracks or anything. It's every damn track right now. So it is absolutely a dumpster fire with Yuki Tsunoda right now. An absolute dumpster fire. And it's like weekly. You might as well just start from the pit lane because that's where he seems to be starting.
Might as well just forget about quali. Just take the afternoon off and just start it on pit lane because you stink. The fact that Liam Lawson once again finishes in the points and Yuki Tsunoda finishes getting lapped once again. It's not even that he's finishing out of the points. He's getting lapped every single race. He's finishing in the back of the pack every single race. It is bad news. Bad news for Yuki. A total embarrassment for Red Bull, and yeah, the fact I don't know the fact that he's finishing behind both Racing Bulls every single week, not even just the fact one, both Racing Bulls every week. Come on. But yeah, I'm gonna go with my losers. I gotta go with Williams right off the bat. Every time you think they're taking a couple steps forward, and specifically with Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz is definitely not having the season that they were hoping for sure. Definitely not showing the tenacity he showed last year with Ferrari. But both Williams, 14th, 15th, another just crap weekend for them after just taking those steps forward. Every time we praise James Vowles and this Williams team, they just take a step backwards. And we see it once again here, and not a great weekend at all for Williams. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're going to have to go back over this break and really see how they can get back into the points.
Got to do something.
And Nico Hulkenberg was a slap candidate, but what are you doing? I know it didn't affect him. He wouldn't have caught up to Lewis Hamilton and finished better than his 13th anyway. So he finished kind of in the middle there, but after a lot of praise for Nico and big steps forward for the Sauber team, which we'll get to a little more of that in a moment. but Nico has every opportunity to finish in the top 10 with the way Sauber's been and with the way he's racing, and he just kind of screwed up right from the beginning, and he is my second loser, which of course brings us, sir, into winners. I'll toss it back to your side of the court. Take it away.
You mentioned him a minute ago. Liam Lawson, 8th again in the points. Finished that in front of his teammate as well. So Liam has definitely found his home back at Racing Bulls and is definitely moving things forward.
And saving a disastrous season. What potentially could have been an absolute disastrous season. This guy's coming back and saving it. So good for him.
And the ancient one, Fernando Alonso, 5th place. Just big weekend. Absolute turnaround for Aston Martin. Their upgrades didn't seem to work last week. This week, they looked great. So we'll see if that continues. But Fernando, just throwing it down there, 5th place. Quality drive again. Just quality. Old man still got it.
Old man does still have it. And listen, a young man that's got it is Gabriel Bortoleto, who's really turning out to be, as we've mentioned a couple times, battling there for the Rookie of the Year. Listen, you look at it like Isaac Hadjar and Bortoleto and what Behrman's brought to the table at times. And we got a lot of ups and downs with these rookies, but they've all shown signs of, at times, maybe not all of them, but there's been 4 of them here that are just shown signs, and Bortoleto has definitely proved that today. And listen, the other side of the garage at Aston Martin, we beat the hell out of Lance Stroll. Yeah. Beat that dude like he owes us cash. But you got to give it up for him. 7th place. And once again, finishing in the points. And got to put him in the winner's circle when he deserves it. And he does deserve it. Aston Martin as a whole, double winner. You could have chosen the Aston Martin team there, but you went with just a solamente Fernando Alonso. So thank you for giving me the Canadian trash there to take out. So, and that is our winners, sir, which we've already done slap. Do you have another slap? You want to cue anyone else up? You want to slap here besides me?
No. First ever, we slapped one of our goddamn selves, so we got to save that one for the memory banks.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say, maybe save one.
The Garrett ring is a maiden for something else. It's one for maiden wins and maiden slaps in our own damn face. Oh, yes! Turn that right around to the best damn sound of the week. Definitely for Michael. He was freaking dancing. So take that fantasy ride to the fantasy island of Great Hope. The beer flows like wine, the wine flows like beer. And that cannabis, oh yes, boys and girls, it's like Iowa corn, grows as far as the eyes can see. Look at it out there, green and luscious. Take a little whiff. Oh, goddamn. I need a little extra after my bets this week.
Oh, goddamn.
That air, gosh darn, does smell fantastic. So take a little walk to the top of the hill. See you at the top. Take it to the head. Are we cashing in or are we checking out?
Well, one of us cashing in and one of us checking out. And that's been kind of the opposite of what we've seen this year. As we've seen a lot of evenness going on. That is
the best damn theme song for any segment ever.
Well, you know, you add the magic touch to it with the opening there. So it is a team effort by the steel drums of Jamaica and the silky voice of the cheese. So yeah, where we starting here? I guess we'll start with me since I went big or went home. We started off. I had about a little over 3,500 greeny bucks as we start with 5,000, and I put in 500. So I put in a decent size of the stack this week. The bets were the box trifecta of I apologize. The box trifecta of Piastri, Norris, and George Russell hit that. Mm-hmm. No faith in Ferrari this weekend, and that pays off for me big time. as I hit that plus 300. I also hit Lando Norris to win plus 155. I lost out on Liam Lawson finishing top 6. I had a lot of hope for Liam Lawson this week, and yeah, even though he did finish 8th, definitely didn't finish 6th, but there's big numbers there. I also bet on Max Verstappen plus 400 for finishing on podium. Listen, you never know what you were going to get at the Hungarian. You never know what you're going to get, and so you could have got Max Verstappen on podium there. I really wasn't trusting Ferrari much, so he did not sneak on there, barely finished in the points, so that didn't pan out. And you went with the Haas finishing in the points. You thought Ali was going to break that streak. That didn't happen. You thought Leclerc was going to win. That didn't happen. And I think you had, Piastri for the win?
Mm-hmm.
Piastri for the win. So that didn't happen as well. But listen, we had plus all at the top for the wins. So at least Vegas gave us a little bit of hope this weekend. But you, as you texted me this morning about 15 minutes before lights went out, what a crap board. Indeed it was. You had to give me a little something. You had to go with someone crapping out, and I went with Ferrari crapping out, and that's what I won on. I did the math wrong. I thought I took the lead from you, as you had pretty consistent, about almost a 400 Greeny Buck lead going into the weekend. That has shrunk significantly to under 50, as I am at 3,662 Greeny Bucks. You were at 3,717 Greeny Bucks. I originally had you at 3,617, but obviously I realized I did not carry a 1, and we did not do the math correctly. So I was a little shocked, too, when I saw that I took the lead, but it was not true. After going back to the books, consulting with our actuarial and accounting team, and crunching the numbers, you are still up by about 45 Greeny Bucks or so. So just like Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, we got a heck of a fall coming up, although we both lost about 35-40% of our stacks so far. So I hope those who are following along at home aren't jumping on our bets. But yeah, every season, the winner has been over the starting point.
Right.
You winning the first season, me winning the second season. So we've both been over the starting point. It looks like this season, the wacky 2025 season as we've had with a lot of, as you say, crap boards, it looks like we may not have that this season. But listen, let's give it the old college effort. We also have that extra 500 Greeny Bucks. Both of us were given preseason. So we're going to do a couple of summer break shows, and we're going to review that as well. Go back in the archives and give a little update on those other Greeny Buck bets that we made preseason. So enjoy that and join us for that. And of course, that brings us, sir, to the most informative part of the week, and that is in the news. All right, what do you got, sir?
Start with the easy one first. Will Yuki finish the season?
I don't know. I mean, that is definitely news after it's going to be a long summer break.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Red Bull obviously is not afraid to pull a trigger.
No.
They're fearless in that factor.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you could take Hajar or Liam Lawson off the Racing Bulls. So where do you leave Yuki Tsunoda? Who is the reserve driver for Red Bull right now? They even have a declared. They don't even have a declared reserve driver because of everything that happened. So they're going to have to look to F2 if they get anyone. So that is definitely, I would say, a concern for me. I mean, Liam Lawson would have been the guy to come up, but they've already done that, and then they probably would have gone to F2 to replace a Racing Bull driver. But Red Bull's really in a tight spot now because you really don't have a reserve driver. It would be weird. I don't think you're going to move Liam Lawson back to the Red Bull seat. I don't think you're going to move Isaac Hadjar into that Red Bull seat. So where does it leave you with Red Bull? Yuki kind of effed him over here. Or maybe Honda effed him over here. And maybe Liam Lawson just needed more time. Or maybe there's gremlins in the RB2.
Well, that'll lead us right into our next story. Then we can just, piggyback the two of them together here in a second. Max Verstappen said you're not going to see another win from Red Bull in 25. There's a fundamental issue with the car. So that could be the problem, too. And would you really want to bring a Liam Lawson or an Isaac Hadjar into that seat if there's an issue with the car? Your number one four-time world champion drivers coming out and saying that to the press. So do you really want to do that to somebody and ruin their confidence, which Lawson and Hadjar's confidence definitely is projecting upward versus Yuki Tsunoda's, which is going to the toilet.
Yeah, this is just a show of force of how from the top to the bottom, and you go back and probably one of our most popular episodes we ever produced last year called Something is Rotten at Red Bull. Go back into our archives. Listen to that from last May. I believe the episode 100 something.
It'll be around Miami, I think.
Around Miami last year. I believe it was the week in between Miami. Something rotten at Red Bull, and that was with when Newey was having issues, and Horner was in and out. Obviously now he's out. Go back and listen to that episode because it's very, very telling to what's going on now. Because 12 months later, it is an absolute disaster from top to bottom. Everyone is affected. So many people have left, and so many more people are going to leave. And I think Red Bull next season potentially can go to bottom feeders, especially if Max Verstappen goes to Mercedes.
Well, it's been confirmed Max isn't going nowhere for next year, so he will be at Red Bull.
We'll see what happens.
That came out this week. That came out as well this week, so.
I understand. But, he might just retire.
Hey, Horner's out. Team Max is now Joss is now happier than pig and shit because he got his enemy the hell out of there, so. We'll see. Next year's new regs, let's see what happens.
Only time will tell, sir.
All right,
what else you got?
Third story here. We'll go with pigging off of Red Bull even a little bit more here. Zach Brown said F1 is a healthier place with Horner gone. Shots fired.
Yeah. How is he wrong? I think
he's not.
Christian Horner caused unnecessary drama where a guy who helped build this sport, the modern day version of this sport, along with Adrian Newey, along with a lot of other personalities that are now all over Formula One, and the tree that was built, and look at all the names of that tree from every mechanical standpoint, from the back end, and where they went to enrich other teams. And now that's all gone. And they got everything out of Christian Horner they could have. He has sparked an entire new generation of talent under his wing. But at the same time, he became probably too big for his britches, made a lot of mistakes in personnel, probably did some things because Zach Brown's his colleague, okay? He knows probably more about Christian Horner than almost anyone else. Someone you work with, someone you need. It's your job to study everything about them over the last 20 years. When you're in Zach Brown's position, your job is to look at this guy and be like, what is he doing to win? And how can we copy him? So, I would say outside of, Toto Wolff, I don't think there's a bigger personality as far as the back end over the last 20 years in this sport than Christian Horner. Now, so for Zach Brown to say that is monumental. But it shows how everyone felt. Everyone has that dude or lady you work with that is excellent at their job, and you can't wait for them to get the hell out of your company. Everyone has one. You're like, that guy is great. He's great at his job. The reason I'm able to get that raise every year is because of this guy's work. But I cannot wait till he's getting called in the boss's office. I hope they fire him. You know, like that. Everyone knows someone like that. They do a great job, but they just gotta go. And it's unfortunate, and it always takes a long time. A long, long time. And it happens just about every company, and it happened here. And of course, Zach Brown's pleased because now they can just... He's the man now. He's the new Christian Horner.
Yeah, I mean, these guys all got egos, so...
Well, you better have an ego.
Now he's the big fish, so... And he's got the best team, and the two drivers fighting for the world title. So everything is coming up rainbows and unicorns for Zach Brown right now.
Absolutely. All right, what else you got there?
Title one. Lewis Hamilton set up the quali. He is absolutely useless, and the team needs to make a driver change. Wow. I'll start off this one right off of that. Lewis has had a very rough year. Changing teams, different dynamic in the way things run at Ferrari. The car not being anywhere near what it was thought to be. That is a sound of a man that needs a break and needs a reset.
Yeah,
I mean, this guy is a 7-time world champion, so he hasn't just all of a sudden fallen off a cliff or anything. There's a confidence problem. There's just different way of Ferrari does things, different team, different country. I mean, he's never had to leave England for team base wise. So big change, and it's just, I mean, Leclerc isn't happy either on the other side of the garage too much either. So man that needs a reset. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think whenever you're in a situation, and to be serious here for a moment, when you see someone who is very out of character, which that Lewis Hamilton statement, when I saw it, my first reaction was, this is very out of character for Lewis Hamilton. This is very out of character for a 7-time world champion, which usually indicates some kind of mental health or outside of racing drama that we don't know about, something going on in his life that we don't know about and understand. So forget about Ferrari for a moment and Lewis Hamilton and his career at Ferrari, because we need to look at Lewis Hamilton and where he's at mentally, because he's in pain. He's in pain right now, and he showed that. And whatever you feel about, this is a top sports person or athlete, and he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he does whatever he wants whenever he wants to do it. Yes, all that is true. All that is true. But from a human perspective, he's definitely struggling. He's definitely in pain right now, and something is going on, most likely larger than what you see on the Formula One racetrack. And Lewis Hamilton is in so many different places in life that, it could be anywhere, relationship-wise, family-wise, something. But something is going on that is really, really affecting him. And I'm concerned from a human level. From a racing level, I mean, your reserve driver here is Guan Yu Zhou. So is Zhou going to take over starting after the break? That would be pretty damn big news. I wouldn't expect Lewis Hamilton to not be in that seat. This is a perfect time for him to get a reset. I don't think at this point Lewis Hamilton is concerned about winning races. I think he's concerned about getting through the season. And that's what I feel right now based on everything he's said over the last few months here, that he just wants to get through the season. And I think going to Ferrari was a mistake. I think it was kind of this like boyhood dream of his to race for Ferrari. He got the opportunity to race for McLaren, for Mercedes, for Ferrari. I mean, that's really, really amazing when you look across the board. I'm sure he'll reflect kindly back on this moment. But I think it's a one and done for him. Lewis Hamilton, I think he's just going to be finishing up his racing career. And I think it's just too much for him. And I think he wants to be somewhere else right now. So we'll see. We'll see. And did Ferrari sell him a lemon? Maybe.
Yeah. Just told everybody a lemon.
All right, sir. It's going to be a little bit, but where are we heading next?
So we got like 3 weeks? No, maybe. I don't even know. 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
It's a little bit. It's a break, sir.
It's
a
a break.
Vacation, but we'll be dropping some episodes for you all, so don't worry. We're not going anywhere.
It's a month. It's a month till we're in the land of the Orange Army, the land of Max for the Dutch Grand Prix.
The Dutch Grand Prix. Let's see if Max can come back after a long break and pull that one out. That would be fantastic. And we'll be coming back out with some more updated YouTube video after the summer break. We'll be back. It's been a little bit. We'll be back with some videos and some shorts and all that good stuff on the online, as we've taken some time off of that for our summer holidays and taken a little time off for our actual jobs. For those of you who might think we do this for a living, maybe one day.
We do not.
Maybe one day, but this does not pay the bills. This barely gets us a sack lunch. But we are so happy for everyone who always joins us from all around the world. We actually had one of our best weeks ever last week on Apple, and we could not do that without you. And as always, I didn't even have it up. All of the areas from all around the world that have tuned in. Melbourne, Australia. We got Lower Hutt region in, I have no idea where, then maybe the Netherlands. We have South Africa, Thailand, Spain. We have here in the United States, Henderson, Nevada, Portland, Oregon, Morgantown, West Virginia, Seattle, Washington, High Point, North Carolina, Rochester, New York City, Brooklyn, New York, North Creek, New York. Oh, we used to be up there a lot. And so many more. We have, thank you from Argentina, Japan, New Zealand. All the listeners in the UK, as always, and the US is where we get most of our listeners from. Spain, Germany, and I can go on all day here. So thank you all for listening. There's a lot of listeners this week, so we really appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
Hope you guys keep tuning in, because we can't do this without you, and we do it for you. So if you want to check in with the show, in the paddock USA@gmail.com, hit us up with a email and join the podcast that way, and expect some new YouTube videos coming out in the next couple weeks here. And of course, we'll be keeping you guys up to date in the news segments each and every week through this break. Say what you got to say, brother.
Always, thanks for listening. Absolutely couldn't do it without you guys. See you guys we'll see you guys next week anyway for an In the News special. But till then, as always, stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.